Well, hello and welcome to Trailing Back again. I can't believe it, but it's the end of an era for me. It's the end of Ultra Shoes for me.
You might be asking, where did all this violence come from?
I've been wearing Ultra shoes for not as long as some, but 4-5 years now. I don't know, probably 5 years. And unfortunately, they're just not working for me. But what I moved to is very different than what other people are moving to. And the reason why I'm moving from Ultras is also, I think, unfortunately, different than what other people are doing as well. Other people are moving from Ultra because of their durability factor. They're just not lasting as long. There seemed to be a change in the quality since Ultra sold to a larger company. But I have loved my Ultra Lone Peaks. It's very interesting. I just was gathering my stuff to record this video, and I got a notification that Darwin just dropped an episode that said like death to Ultra or something. I haven't viewed it yet, so it's very interesting that I'm doing the same kind of video. And I don't know what his is about, but I'm sure go check it out. It's probably great. And the reason I mentioned Darwin is because I was going to mention him anyway. He's the reason I got into Ultra Lone Peak when I started backpacking the Ultra Lone Peaks. The first ones I had were, I think, the 4s. I got them right when they came out. Loved them, wore them out completely. Then I bought a pair of the 4.5s, and the sides blew out on those pretty fast. And then I believe these are the 5s, and I bought 2 pair of these. The first one was the blue and gray, and pretty much wore those out. And then I got this pair on clearance. So I got these like 40, not 50, but no, it might have been 50% off. I bought these at an REI in Tennessee on my way down to Alabama a couple years ago. These still have a little bit of life in them, but I can't wear them anymore. I also purchased these Olympuses. I forget what version. Oh, the Olympus 4 for longer hikes, for longer days. Really comfortable. Both are really comfortable, but they were causing me issues. So I mentioned Darwin. I got into Ultras, the Lone Peaks, because he recommended them, frankly, and a lot of people in the backpacking community, the long distance, the thru hiker community was wearing the Ultra Lone Peaks and the Olympus as well, and sometimes you'd see the Temps. I was having feet issues back then on longer days. If I'd go like 10-12 miles, my feet were hurting. I thought perhaps it was just because my feet weren't conditioned to the hiking that I was doing, but I thought I would try out the Lone Peaks. And again, I got the 4.0s, which have been long since put in the dumpster. And instantly, my feet were great. Loved them. They fit great structurally to my body. They were doing really well. And so I continued on the Lone Peak journey. Never had feet issues again, and never once had a blister. I had a short stint where I was unfaithful to my Ultras and I bought a pair of Topos. I forget which ones they were. Hated them. 7 miles in, I had 3 hot spots going between my 2 feet. And by the end of my day, which ended up being a 19.5 mile day, I had 3 pretty honking blisters on my feet. So those went right back to REI, and I came back to my bride, the Ultra Lone Peaks, if you will. However, recently, I started running again. Got to get on this journey to drop some pounds again, get into better shape, and I'd do a 10 to 15 minute warm up, and I'd start to speed up my walk during that warm up, and then I would go into a run. And at first my shins were on fire, and then that moved to, instead of my shins being on fire, my calves being on fire. And So something was going on. I went to my chiropractor, did some tests, and what we found out was the Lone Peaks and the Olympus were no longer testing on me. They were not structurally testing on me. The Lone Peaks were supporting my structure standing, but the moment I would take a step, when you take a step, certain muscles, and I don't understand all of this, but certain muscles are supposed to turn on and off naturally, okay? And so it would be fine if I was barefoot on the floor. My muscles were turning on and off once I got all adjusted and aligned. And then I put these on, and they were fine standing, but the moment I took a step forward, things weren't turning on and off like they should be. So there was an indicator there that this may have been the culprit. The Olympus were even worse yet, unfortunately. These feel more supportive, but they were not even providing me structure standing. They were throwing me off. So that's the end of Ultra. So then I did see that people were moving from the Ultra Lone Peaks to the Topo Pursuit wide toe box, which I cherish. I cannot go back to Merrell's or anything like that. So I bought a pair of Topo Pursuits off the internet. I put them on, and frankly, they weren't even comfortable. I did not like how they fit. They reminded me a bit of the first ones I had, but I was willing to try it out. Took them to my chiropractor, got adjusted, got aligned, tested barefoot. I was good. I put those on, and I mean, it was bad. They were awful. And so those are out the door. I was literally left with, what do I do? I happened to walk in that day with a pair of my Xero sandals, which is a barefoot sandal, very minimalist sandal. Those I love. I've hiked in those. I've done a 14-mile day in those. I've done a 17-mile day in those sandals. I've done rain, I've done dry, and they're really comfortable to me. And I don't wear them all the time when I backpack, but I wear them quite a bit, and they've been great. So I thought, okay, let's test these out. They tested absolutely fine. They were beautiful. They're very minimalistic. They're zero drop, which is what I also like about the Ultras, is the zero drop. So I found this pair of Xeros on Xero's website. The toe box is not as wide as the Ultras, but it is pretty wide. I kind of, if you can see them glaring, I kind of washed them off because they're all dirty underneath, because I was just outside in the woods. And they've been great. These are super comfortable for me. They test out on me, which is awesome. I've worn them not on a backpacking trip yet, but I have worn them out on some pretty long day hikes around my house, and I like the minimalist. I'm a little concerned, what's a 25-mile day look like in these, because there's not much to them. We'll find out. But for now, I am moving on to the Xero brand of shoes. Zero drop, decent sized toe box. They test out on me structurally. So for me, unfortunately, I have to say goodbye Ultra. They're just not working for me anymore. And hello Xero shoes. Let's see how 2024 goes between us. And I hope this pairing will be magical. All right. Have you switched shoes recently? Let me know if you switched from Ultra. What did you move to? I have a feeling a lot of you are going to say Topo, because a lot of people are moving that way. They're just not working for me. What works for you? I'm kind of curious. Are you moving back to boots? I see that as kind of a trend as well. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for visiting. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all that junk. Have a great rest of your day. God bless you. Bye.